Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I had to take the trash out this morning. My son, that is his job, but he had to go to school early this morning, and they were in a hurry, and I had to end up taking the trash out. And just like with the dishwasher, I hate taking the trash out. And I was up late last night losing money on my bet on the Clemson Tigers to beat the LSU Tigers. So that's how my morning has started. But guess what? Amidst all of that and all of those horrible things, they're not that horrible. Amidst that, we have ourselves a green market. The market has added over $10 billion in the last 12 or so hours. So let's take a look at that first. This is CoinMarketCap, and it shows we've got Bitcoin up 6%, and we've got some XRP up 5%. I want to show you all something. This right here is what I want to show you. These are the kind of things, these are the kind of numbers that this is a very good sign for me, because I've been through 4 or 5 of these bull runs, and I'm not calling this a bull run yet, but I've been through 4 or 5 of them, and these are the kind of numbers that you see when you're going through bull runs in crypto. And the reason you can see these kind of returns and these kind of numbers is because there's not much money at all in the market. And so it doesn't take a whole lot of money to rev this thing up. It happens when you don't see it coming, folks. I've seen more negativity in this market and in social media in the last couple of months than I've ever seen in it. And to me, that's the best of signs for where we are. Now, this is the return rates section on Coin Paprika. I just wanted to show you that we are starting to see, this is the last 30 days. So as we've ticked over into January, these are the kind of crazy 153% return for Bitcoin SV in the last 30 days, 41% for Bitcoin Cash. These are 2 of the digital assets that I completely don't get in terms of why they would go up much at all. Bitcoin's up 20% for the last 30 days. And XRP, of course, is up the least at 1.47%. I believe that when XRP finally does its thing, it will dwarf all of these returns, and it will happen just like that. Okay. XRP Crypto Wolf, BitTrue added over 80 XRP pairs now. BitTrue is the best XRP, the standard exchange, because they keep adding more coins. So comment below which crypto you want to add. And I think I highly recommend to sign up with BitTrue. This is XRP Crypto Wolf's link. If you want to sign up to BitTrue, sign up through him because he deserves it. This guy really does a good job. Okay. Crypto Utility Guy at Utility Guy 7 sent me this. I like if I ever can find. A lot of times the market goes up and you really don't know why it's going up. Here's what I think the why is today. I think it has to do with this. This is from yesterday. Chicago Exchange CME Group has just announced its highly anticipated Bitcoin options are open for trading, and this is today. This is from today. Bitcoin futures options from CME Group saw volumes in excess of $2.3 million on the product's first day of public trading, the company has confirmed. Data from the CME's website confirmed the successful rollout on January 13th, which began as scheduled and ultimately saw 55 contracts change hands. I believe this is the cause of this market today, but here's what's exciting. As I've said 1,000 times on this channel, you're going to see every financial product that you've seen in traditional finance, and then you're going to see new financial products that apply only to digital assets. but all of them will be in digital assets. So that's just going to happen. All right, next. Now this gets pretty interesting here, folks. This is from XRP Bart. He sent me this. This is a tweet from Brad Garlinghouse. He tweeted this yesterday. Not surprising to see this kind of consolidation, and expect this will set the stage for more to come in 2020 in fintech, crypto, and beyond. So he's tweeting this out. Now, before I show you that, I want to show you XRP Bart's reply to him, because this is the kind of thing I'm here seeing out there. He says, "Are you hinting at other acquisitions for Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse? Keep up the great work." And yes, I believe that he is hinting at this type of thing here, but there's something else here you need to see. So he's tweeting this out. This is a tweet. Visa is buying Plaid, which helps popular fintech apps connect users' bank accounts, for $5.3 billion. All right. So you got Visa buying Plaid. Well, we know, I'm pretty sure I'm not speaking out of turn here. We know that Visa in various ways is affiliated with Ripple and what Ripple's got going on. Well, let's look at this. You remember this guy, Dan Morgan. He was the head of regulatory relations. I didn't know it was until today. Dan Morgan is Ripple's head of regulatory relations for Europe, managing relationships with central banks, financial regulators, and governments, and educating policymakers on Ripple's solutions and role as a fintech service provider. Now, let's look at this. This is a tweet from this person, Cryocapalis. Anyway, this shows that Dan Morgan no longer works for Ripple. He works for Plaid, which is what Visa just bought. So Dan Morgan is now working for Plaid. I did not know this. Now, if you go down further down here, Leonidas lets you know that Ryan Zagone no longer works for Ripple either. He was one of the head of their regulatory, director of regulatory relations. I started and grew the regulatory relations group into a global division that worked with clients and regulators. Now, what these things lead me to believe, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, I believe that these guys who were heading up their regulatory part of things, I think, this is just my opinion, I believe that the reason these guys are leaving and the reason they're gone is because the mission has been accomplished. I believe that the mission has been accomplished from the regulatory standpoint behind the scenes. I believe that's why they're leaving. I believe that's why you're starting to see all of these countries finally say they're getting things in order and they're going to make announcements and all this type of thing. So let's look just at an example of that. We'll get past this. Let me move this on, and I'll move this to the back of the line here. What do we have here? From Michelle Vandenberg, and I'll talk. Well, this is just one example. Notice we're starting to see a lot of different things. These countries around the world seem to be ironing things out. Like they're cutting these deals. Things are ready to be announced. Here's one. From Cryptopolis, breaking: the United States will remove China from a list of countries considered currency manipulators just 2 days before top trade negotiators for Washington and Beijing sign a key Phase 1 trade deal. Level the playing field. So this deal's about to be signed. All right. And then you got this. ECB, this is from Bloomberg. ECB President Christine Lagarde asks policymakers to refrain from publicly discussing the bank's impending strategy review before she formally announces it on January the 23rd. So she's announced, and that's in Davos, Switzerland, at the annual summit that they do there. Now, got this from Michael at VAL5 Links. Just by pure coincidence, there's going to be a Ripple panel. And the way I read this is going to be in Davos as well on January 23rd as well. Ripple panel, changing the financial industry from within. And this is a sponsored event by Ripple, but he's meeting with this lady here. She's going to be interviewing Brad Garlinghouse, right? And look at where this is, the Journal House, World Economic Forum, which is where Christine Lagarde is going to make her announcement. First floor Hotel Belvedere, Promenade 89, 7272 Davos. And that would be Switzerland, I guess, is where they're meeting. And that's where Christine Lagarde is going, Davos, Switzerland. By the way, Davos, Switzerland is a place that I have been to. When I was younger, some guys and I decided we were going to go check out Switzerland. We hopped on a plane and we went from ski town to ski town in Switzerland. Davos was one of them. St. Moritz was one of them. The reason I remember St. Moritz is because that's where Roger Moore, one of the James Bonds, lived at the time. I don't know if he still lives there or not. But anyway, so you've got all of this going on. I just wanted to make you aware of that. Okay. X-Men XRP at XRP 33 sent me this. I wanted to show you this because this is it's so typical of the crypto space where it involves XRP. Experts share which altcoins should be watched closely in 2020. They interviewed 44 experts for this. Not one out of the 44 experts is watching XRP for 2020. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. XRP has been in the top 5 digital assets. I would say XRP, Bitcoin, and Litecoin. If you had to pick 3, those 3 would be the 3 that have been in the top 5 or so digital assets all the way going back consistently, all the way going back to 2013. And they literally can't say the words Ripple or XRP to help it in any way. For me, it makes me more bullish than ever on XRP. Okay, this was another thing sent to me. India's Supreme Court ready to hear the crypto versus RBI case. The Supreme Court of India has been dealing with a case involving crypto assets in the Reserve Bank of India for quite a long time. Originally, the hearing, anyway, they've been postponing this, but this tweet is showing that their Supreme Court is finally going to address this. It's pretty interesting that this is coming out. Just yesterday, MoneyGram announced that they've worked their way into India, and MoneyGram uses what? XRP, on-demand liquidity. So India, as I've said from day one about India, China, Russia, nobody's banning crypto because they can't. NBK Crypto sent me this from Peter Schiff. Here's a few economic things. The actual national debt grew by over 1.2 trillion in 2019. That's just over $100 billion per month. The rise in 2020 will be even greater. If we really had a good economy, the deficits would be getting smaller, not larger. Totally agree, Peter Schiff. At SFODA9, he's the official Sinecure and Green Beret to the Digital Asset Investor channel. And if you don't know what a Sinecure is, and I think I said that right, a Sinecure is someone who does nothing. It's one of my favorite titles on the channel. All right. The world, he sent me this. The world is drowning in debt. The world's already huge debt load smashed the record for the highest debt to GDP ratio before 2019 was even over. In fact, it broke that record in the first 9 months of last year. Global debt, which comprises borrowings from households, governments, companies, grew by 9 trillion to nearly $253 trillion during that period, according to the Institute of International Finance. It's a joke, folks. It's a joke. And then from Crypto Differ, which I don't think I follow Crypto Differ, but he's got a good following. I'll give him a follow. Why not? There's a state of staking. According to staking rewards, USD value locked in staking approaches $7 billion US, while the staking market cap valuation of all projects that have staking mechanism is currently 11.2 billion USD. I thought that was an interesting number. And then this, DLT is disrupting, this is from eToroX, DLT is disrupting global trade finance and is expected to increase trade volume by more than $1 trillion by 2026. That's a huge incentive to embrace advanced technologies. Here are some of the leading ... By Finally, I wanted to let you know today is the 14th. There's only 3 days left. In the description of the videos I've been doing, I've got a discount code. You can get 20% discount on the Ledger products, and it's only for the first 200 people, and there's already been a bunch of people get these, so I don't know how many there are left, but it's not a whole lot. But they left it open to 200 people, and it's going to end on the 17th, so 3 more days. Go in the description of my video, and you'll see the code for the Ledger Nano S, and you can go there and get that 20% discount. Remember, great things happen when you least expect it, folks. I have found this to be true, and it's no different in the crypto market. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Great things happen when you least expect it. Thank you for listening.